More like small bear.
Oh, welcome in everybody to the Craft Beer Republic. I cannot catch my breath. I am Greg. Thanks for hanging out. I'm being joined by the best air guitar player I know, Deb. Thanks for coming back for a second week in a row.
Hey, friends. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for bringing your talents with you. Oh, Deb's over here rocking out. And, of course, we're also being joined by the bad boy himself, D-Generation Flex.
Got 2 words for you, Greg. Flex it.
I was waiting to see what those were going to be. Oh, that was perfect.
You're welcome.
Thank you all for listening. Thanks for hanging out. Follow us on the socials at Craft Beer Republic, at FlexMeABeer, _s in between, and at One Hop Mess. We got so much to get to. Talk about a little trip I took over the weekend. We got some delicious beers to share. We got a new listener voicemail that I'm excited for. And, of course, some booze news to get to. Let's kick things off with a whole lot of hydration over here. We're drinking Pursuit of Happiness from Arrow Lodge Brewing in Covina, California. It's 7%, has a 3.96 on Untapped. They say it's a very long description. They say New England IPA with Citra, Galaxy, Mosaic, and Simcoe. And unlike the beer we had last week, this has the proper NE IPA color and haze to it, I must say.
Yeah, looks good to me.
That looks gorgeous.
The nose has a lot more than that one we had last week, too. It's a lot fruitier, more tropical on the nose. I'm going to dig the old tongue jabber into it.
Dig it, baby. Dig it.
I'm definitely getting the Simcoe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, first and foremost, Simcoe.
A little Mosaic in there.
Yeah.
I know you're not the world's biggest hazy fan.
So, I'm not the world's biggest hazy fan. I will say I don't hate this. It's definitely not a dream pour or anything like that.
Wow.
Which for me on the hazy scale, that's like what's your scale here? A delicioso or what?
Delishable.
Delishable.
You're going pretty drastic on that right away, though.
This is magical.
I don't know. It's good. Okay. I would drink it again if it was all there was.
Okay, that's fair. I get a little bit of that fruit up front, that tropical fruit up front. To me, it finishes pretty bitter. Not super dank, but some good bitterness in it. I like the mouthfeel. It's a little smoother. To me, it's pretty delishable. And
the bitterness, I think, is what makes me not hate it.
Saves it for you.
It saves it for me because it tastes like beer.
Yeah, it's got some good bitterness on the end of it, I think. So I really, really enjoy everything Arrow Lodge is doing. I think they're doing some great IPAs, but even more than that, they're doing some great sour beers.
Oh, I would love that.
If you're in the mood for a sour or Berliner, they knock them out of the park. We have one downstairs. You have to see if the wife will share with you.
Oh, boy.
It's a passion fruit guava Berliner, and it's delicious.
Oh, that sounds sexy.
It's really good. I'd hit it and quit it.
If it's that delishable, I feel like you'd hit it and sign a fucking contract with it.
Yeah, why are we quitting it?
Put a ring on it. So anyways, Arrow Lodge Brewing out in Covina, California. The reason we got to stop there was because over the weekend we did a little trip. I will talk about that in just a sec. First of all, happy birthday to Allie out there in podcast land. Allie and Callie on the gram.
Happy birthday, Allie.
Happy birthday, Allie.
Now onto the trip. Over the weekend, packed shit up and went up to Big Bear with Big Dick Nick and Coley from the Booze League and a couple of their friends. Their friends planned a trip, and we got extended the invite. And on the way back, well, first, so on the way up there, there's 2 breweries up there. There's Big Bear. It's very confusing. Big Bear Mountain Brewing and Big Bear Lake Brewing. It's very confusing. One of them, we stopped on the way in to get lunch and beer, does not make their own beer. I don't know how you can call them a brewing company at that point.
What?
Wait, the word brewing is in the name?
Yep.
As opposed to like Big Bear
Brew Pub.
or Tap
House.
House or
Right.
yeah.
So it's Big Bear Lake Brewing and Big Bear Mountain Brewing. And so we stopped in. They didn't have any of their own beers. The food was really good. The beer was, but the food was good. And then on the way out, we stopped at the other one that actually made their own beers. It was
Better?
It was.
Was it
It
better?
was.
Was it better than the other place?
It was different.
It was different. They made their own beer, and
Sounds
There
like
was
a
a
hit
couple.
it and quit it. Like a legit hit it and quit it.
yeah, there were a couple, but we did the flight. We had one of everything, as we always do at new places, and there were a couple that were worth drinking, and the rest were. I hate to say bad things. They just were not that great.
Are they new? Like maybe they're still figuring their stuff out?
I don't know. I could do research.
Maybe if they've never had this kind of constructive criticism before.
That's true.
That is
You know?
true.
Like maybe they think they're just top notch, and they haven't had somebody be like, "Look, guys, get your shit together." Big Bear, more like Small Bear.
More like Cub.
And a baby bear.
Yeah, hate the Cubs.
Yeah.
Hate the Cubs.
Dub Bears. But the good news is, on the way out of town, we stopped in Covina. We stopped at Arrow Lodge Brewing, which we picked this up. We picked up the Berliner. We had a few beers there. Did some really good research. I had this beer and a double, and the wife had a couple of their sours and their Kolsch, and Nick and Coley had a couple other beers. And just, we loved all that we had, and we each brought home multiple 4-packs and then headed our way out. But I cannot get enough of Arrow Lodge. Every time we're in that area, which because of Rona has been quite some time, it's like, oh, are we going to be within 30 minutes of Arrow Lodge? Because we're going to fucking stop in if we are.
Well, and I want to say, the more I'm drinking this, that the more I actually like it. Like maybe my first sip wasn't the best first impression. Like
I find as it warms up, it gets better too.
I think you're right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I enjoy. Look, you don't have to enjoy it. We can all have different tastes, but
I think for the style, which is again not a style I
Sure.
necessarily love, I think if you love hazies, you will love this beer because even I kind of like it.
yeah, I dig it. So
I feel like that's a tendency with hazies, though. As they warm up, you start getting like the more fruitier characteristics.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
start to
more
come
comes out.
Yeah.
I agree.
more subtleties and whatnot. So yeah, while we were up there, I kind of we sort of talked about it. I don't remember if it was last show or off air, but talking about drinking shitty beer, Miller High Life Light and whatnot, and beer pong. And I've realized we've hit that point in our life where we just don't do that shit anymore. We were playing beer pong. We rented a huge cabin up there. It was, we had like 9 of us in a cabin, and Nick brought his beer pong table, and we were playing beer pong with 805. Like our shittiest beer now is 805.
But it's still a light beer, correct?
Yes, it is a honey blonde ale.
And that's the key. It's not that it has to be shitty. It's just that it has to be just a little bit.
Yeah.
It has to be like lightly.
You crush the fuck out of
Yeah.
it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not even
we could.
sessionable, just fucking crushable.
Yeah. It's like 4.2, I think, and it's
Yeah.
just super. I mean, I say this lovingly. It's the Bud Light of craft beer.
Yeah, as
I
you've
mean that-
said many times
Yeah.
before about that. Yeah.
And I think that is very fair.
Yeah. I mean, it's a well-made beer. It's tasty. You can drink it anytime. And it's obviously way better than Bud Light, but you can find it, at least in California, you can basically find it anywhere you go.
We found it in Connecticut when we were
There you
out
go.
in Connecticut last time.
Nice.
So.
I know they distribute pretty far and wide. I know they're pretty big in Utah and Nevada and that kind of thing.
Oh, and we saw it in New Orleans too. We actually went into a liquor store in New Orleans specifically because we saw they had this huge 805 display and we wanted to go in and just check it out and look
Yeah.
at it. It was kind of cool.
That's funny. I bet people are like, what the fuck does 805 mean?
Yeah,
Right.
they
It's like
must.
one of the smaller
They
area
just must
codes out here.
completely skip the Midwest because
Could be.
I've never seen 805. I've never seen Firestone. I've never seen any of that shit.
Wow.
You've never had it?
No.
I'm going to send you some.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you some so we can talk about it. It'll be labeled maple syrup. When
Olive
you
oil?
get it. Yeah, maple syrup. And
Yeah.
the lady's going to go, more maple syrup every time I go to the post
Deb's
office.
always shipping out that maple syrup.
At least it makes more sense this time that it's not to Vermont.
Right.
True. That is true. So yeah, we did a bunch of beer pong. Then we went out on a boat one day. We rented like a pontoon boat and just kind of. Here's the thing, though. We got on the boat and you can't go in the water. Like they say, no swimming allowed.
So what's the point?
Yeah, it's probably not something I would do again. Apparently, it's the rental company. It's a liability thing. They don't want you to swim, so they've actually bolted the ladder up so you can't use it to climb in the water. Which, when you're on a pontoon boat for 4 hours drinking a lot of beer, gotta pee.
Right.
And it's like we were doing some very tricky things to get in and out of the water because we all had to pee multiple times. I was like, yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that part again.
But what if somebody fell off the boat and you're trying to rescue them?
Well, you throw them the little like
Yeah, you throw
floaty seat thing.
The life preserver, yeah.
That's right.
Well, I'm not a boater. I don't know how boating works.
Well, I'm always so
Boat
used to like,
either. Not know what a
Like, we have
goddamn
our
life
boat-
preserver is.
Marty McFly over here with his life preserver.
Fucking to preserve one's life, you throw a fucking life preserver.
I thought it was a candy. I'm sorry.
It's a lifesaver, not a preserver.
Oh, my bad.
Like we have our boat at a different lake, and that's where we go like wakeboarding and stuff, and also we can get in the fucking water. I was like, okay, I never need to rent a boat where I can't get in the water again. I've discovered this. I only want to get in the water. When
Just
I'm
the
on
one
boat.
time was enough.
Yeah, it's done. I've decided. So yeah, next time we'll try. And we were talking to the guy that rented the pontoons, like one of the guys that worked there. He's like, oh yeah, if you want to rent like a ski boat or a wakeboard boat, just go on Craigslist. Everybody rents out their personal boats here. I was like, what the fuck are we doing on this thing then?
What?
Yeah, we could have been wakeboard. Even like Nick was like, man, I could really go for a wakeboard session right now. I was like, yeah, me too. I guess we just float around at 9 miles an hour. They throttle these things because they rent them to anybody, and you don't need to take any classes or anything. So it's like max speed 9.
Could you imagine just like jamming ass on the lake in your pontoon boat?
I couldn't imagine it this weekend. There was no jamming ass on that pontoon boat. But, a lot of beers were had, and like I said, a lot of 805s were consumed during beer pong. So it's always a good time.
Wait, so who was the king and or queen of beer pong?
Actually, Nick and I were the tag team champions of the world. We
The what?
tag team champions of the world.
Yeah, there we go.
We were taking on all challengers, and we beat them every time. We beat all the guys. Then they had like a little girls tournament. Then the winner of the girls played us. We beat the girls, and we were kicking ass.
How
Yeah.
good of a feeling is it just running a beer pong table?
Oh my god, we owned that shit. And then it was great because like we got a couple of breaks as like the other tournaments happened to find out who was gonna play us. And I was like, all right, jam some water down my throat so I can still throw a ball in 20 minutes.
Oh man,
But it was good times.
That's-
Good times forward.
I'm so proud of you. So proud of you.
Thank you. I'm 36. I'm still whipping ass at beer pong. My mom's so proud of me.
You're like the Tom Brady of beer pong.
That's right. Old as fuck and still doing it. They call me the Derek Fisher of beer pong. No? Basketball joke?
Yeah, no, I mean I got it. I just not a big fan.
Yeah, that's fine. No, Tom Brady was better. Tom Brady was way
got
better.
it. I just didn't give a shit.
It's fair. It's very fair. And then what else? Oh, Deb brought up a great point. We were off air. I think Flex was changing into his short shorts. And we started talking about, well, first of all, the intro song to the show, the new intro song. Flex says it very much reminds him of like a wrestling entrance music. And Deb says it reminds her of a Ford commercial, which I don't disagree with either of those. It's both. And then she brought up the question, doesn't have to be wrestling related. What would be your entrance music? Whether you're walking out to the, to bat at Dodger Stadium or you're walking out to your wedding or whatever. I always kind of imagined I would walk out to Stone Cold's entrance music at my wedding, like have somebody toss me a couple of cold ones and then.
I walked out to the Star Wars theme song.
Did you really?
I did.
You can't just spring a question like that on me. I'm just gonna let you know that.
All right. Well, you can go. Like we talked about this while you were changing shorts, so we'll let you go last and
Short
think about it.
shorts.
Short shorts. We'll talk about ours. I walked out to Foo Fighters for the wedding. It was
You
like
did.
an acoustic version of Foo Fighters. I was like, I need something cool,
It was cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
and then walked out to Power of Love at the end.
Outstanding.
Future style.
No,
Yeah.
that is outstanding.
And I edited it for the DJ first, so it start right as it hit. It's like, bam, bam. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it was good times.
You're amazing.
I do my best. So entrance music. I admittedly, and this is probably embarrassing, I shouldn't share this. When I used to like get off planes and stuff, and I'd walk like down the ramp into the airport, I'd always have my headphones on, and I'd always play like Back in Black, like burnt.
Yeah, that,
I
That's
totally
legit.
get that Stone Cold strut on.
And were you wearing sunglasses?
No, I'm not a sunglasses guy.
What?
I should have been.
Like a slow-mo putting your sunglasses on and you're walking down the tarmac.
Especially at Burbank. Burbank's the best one to walk down at Burbank Airport out here in LA because there is no jetway. You just walk
You
down
walk down
onto
the
the
stairs
tarmac,
and then
and you get down those stairs. It's very wrestling-esque. And the other one I thought was really good is Bulls on Parade. I think is a great,
that's a good one.
great entrance music. Some rage. I don't know, Deb. What would be your entrance music? Every time you walk into like work, you know.
So I used to say that I wanted to be wealthy enough to pay Bruce Buffer to follow me and announce me into every room. Like I'd walk in and it would be like, here, standing at 5'3", and I walk in the room. But I obviously would need music to get me up to that point.
Please don't say anything from Jock Jams.
Oh my God. What was even on Jock Jams? It was like the
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
or
Yeah, it
I
was-
got the power.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
But he was the beginning of it.
it was just those two songs like on repeat though, right?
Yeah.
Right.
80 minutes of
That
those two
was it.
songs. Yeah.
And occasionally it would be that line from the Marky Mark song where he goes, "Come on, swing it. Come on, swing it."
But the whole CD started off with Bruce Buffer.
Did it?
Yeah, let's get ready to rumble.
I didn't know
Oh,
that.
yeah.
As far as songs, I don't know. I mean, one of my all-time favorite songs is "In the Meantime" by Space Hog.
I don't know that I know that.
I don't know it either.
You know, you do. You both know it. You just don't know that you know it.
Don't you
It's a
ever
song
tell
from-
me how to live my life, Deb.
You live your life 1/4 mile.
No,
at a
I'm telling
time.
you how to upgrade your life, my friend, because this song is a life upgrade. Well, I don't know, because you guys are both a
Oh, that's
little
bad.
bit younger than me.
Like a year.
I semi know this song.
I was obviously gonna cut this way down for copyright reasons.
Yes,
but,
please
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
It doesn't sound familiar, but I don't hate it. Like I really don't. It's not sounding like something I know.
Like for me, if it's a song that came out between like 1995 and 1997, any of those songs could work
Yeah.
for me if they played on the alternative charts.
Yeah, I
like
mean,
that's my sweet
yeah,
my hashtag sweet spot.
right.
Hashtag
Learn
2
to
feet
Fly
away.
would be a great one.
But I will say this. One of my all-time favorite bands is Deftones.
Mm-hmm.
And I think anyone that does follow me on Instagram probably realizes that like I really love the Belching Beaver Deftones
Yes,
series
you do.
beers. I love them. Phantom Bride, Bring Back Swerve City, like they're so good. And so you could also interject literally any Deftones song into me walking into the room. Then Bruce Buffer, he stands there next to me, he says his bit, and then we're good.
Yeah, I could do just about like any Foo Fighter song from about that time period too. I'd be
Yeah.
A-okay with that. So Flex, you've had plenty of time to think about it.
I mean, I would honestly have to go pretty modern with mine. I'm kind of into like some, the emo screamo shit is what I was kind of brought up on. So there's a band called Pierce the Veil. I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody's familiar. And the song "Bulls in the Bronx," it just comes in super heavy and super fast, like immediately. And I kind of feel like that's what you get the lights dim down, right? And then it just fucking blasts your ears out. That's, I think, what gets is just hitting the crowd right away,
Yeah, I like it.
I could kick some ass to this song.
right? And I mean, I wouldn't even need the lyrics, It just
I
like,
have to admit,
just like the
the
fast-
vocals kind of disappointed me.
oh, see, and I'm a big fan of like the high-pitched, super high-pitched
he was-
vocals.
He reminds me of Claudio from
Coheed and Cambria.
Coheed
Yes.
and Cambria.
Yeah,
yeah.
Deb, marry me.
I don't know how our collective spouses would feel about that, but we'll be bros.
Yeah. We'll get the intern on board, and
I love.
figure it out from there.
I love the Coheed drop. I'm not gonna lie.
But yeah, musically, it's like brrr, I'm in. All right,
Correct,
Gonna
yeah.
whip someone's ass.
Absolutely,
So,
I'm gonna just drop anybody to that song.
I can see myself jamming ass on a pontoon boat across the lake to that one.
Not swimming, dry as could be. Yeah, That was me right there. Let us know, you guys, if you have some entrance music that you like rocking out to. Let us know what you rock out to. Tweet at us or gram us or email us. By the way, it's mail at craftbeerrepublic.com now, and Craft Beer Republic on the socials. Let us know what you're into as far as some entrance music. We want to know.
I'm not going to lie.
Badass.
This is my favorite. Ask the audience.
This is a good one.
Yes, this is my favorite right here. What would your entrance song be?
Yeah, and bonus points to anybody who came out at their wedding to Stone Cold's entrance song. The glass hits, how do you not flip everybody off immediately?
Yeah.
That makes me wonder how many people actually do that. Probably a lot of people in the South.
I picked the entrance music for intern Brian.
Should we cut that?
No, we should not. What did you pick for intern Brian?
I picked the theme from 2001 Space Odyssey. Where it's like, dun, 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 dun. That's, yep.
That's also Ric Flair's entrance music.
Yeah,
is it?
It is, yeah.
Oh, shit. Look, I know all the wrestles zings.
Exactly. You know all of them. Did he know it, or was it a surprise?
It was a surprise. So the night before our wedding, I still didn't have music.
Okay.
And I kept saying I wanted everyone, the bridal party, to come out first, then Brian, then me, to 99 Luft Balloons.
Oh my gosh.
And my stepmother was like, do you know what that song is about?
Did you have 99 Luft Balloons?
No. Well, apparently it's not as cute as like dancing around like red balloons. It's like about like a fucking like nuclear holocaust or something like that, right? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't.
Somebody will tell us.
But it's not good, whatever it is. So my stepmom was like, you cannot do that. What is wrong with you?
Oh my.
So I was driving to get my hair done the day of the wedding. And it just like popped in my head. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I walked out to Star Wars? Because I'm a big Star Wars fan and, it might be obvious. I don't know. And then I was like, well, what could I pair with that for Brian? What goes with it? Now I've got a space theme happening. 2001 just made sense.
Right on that. I think that pairs super well.
This is the point where Flex takes off his clothes and wrestles them. That's a deep cut Ric Flair joke there. All right, we'll stop trying to get sued by every music person out there. I'm going to have to cut out a lot of that. I think.
Estate of Stanley Kubrick.
or if anything, it's just going to put us out there that much more.
Small podcast gets sued by everybody.
Now becomes most popular podcast in the world.
Most popular and broke podcast in the world. All right, before Deb and I talk about what we're drinking next, let's listen to a voicemail from a listener. This one's a quick one.
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey, what up there? Your show's hilarious. Thanks for putting out your phone number, and much success to you there, guys. I want to try those beers.
Deb, you had to look the entire time.
Is that Wiley? The commish of the Booze League?
No.
Are you sure?
I don't think so.
Flex?
I mean, I'm gonna side with Deb on this one, Greg. It sounds exactly like Wiley.
I think it sounds like Wiley trying to not sound like Wiley.
I can tell you this, it's not his phone number. Doesn't mean he didn't call from a work phone or something, but it's definitely not his phone number.
Much
I feel pretty
success,
confident.
guys. I want to try them beers.
Yeah.
I feel like that was too nice. Like he wouldn't drop a compliment.
Well, because he's trying to pretend he's not him.
What's more not him than
He
not
can't be
dropping
like,
a compliment?
hey, eat my nuts, guys.
Hey guys, totally not Wiley here. Suck my balls.
Right.
And hey, everybody in Phoenix, listen to the Booze League. Burr, 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 burr. That sounded more like Wiley.
I'll make a bet that that's Wiley.
Oh?
I will.
Loser has to...
I'll drink whatever shit beer the Booze League ends up drinking for their Suns Bucks deal if that's not Wiley.
Okay.
And I don't think
regardless,
Wiley
I like this
would lie to me.
Deb has to find the beer then.
I mean, I will. I'll do the footwork. Like, but I think that's Wiley.
I don't. I'm very.
So will you drink the shit beer with them if you're wrong?
If you're right. Now we got to ask him before this airs, just so he's not like, oh yeah, it was me. So Greg's got to drink shitty beer. But I'm in.
But make sure you tell him there's a bet on the line, but he can't know which direction.
Yeah. Okay. I'm in. I don't think it's him. Like I see where someone could think it's him. So like the deepness of the voice and like the delivery at the beginning especially, but
I don't know. I feel like
it's his inflection, I think.
Wiley has like this surfer twang, as if like somebody from the South went to California and started surfing and they didn't quite lose the Southern accent, but it just kind of turned into like this dude twang.
Twang.
Hey,
yeah, like a dude twang. That's
He's
what it
gonna
sounds
love
like.
that.
To me.
yeah.
Well,
Definitely not cutting that part out.
Well, no, please don't. He's got like a
all right. Well,
dude twang voice, Wiley.
Dude twang.
hashtag dude twang. We're gonna have to find out, and we're gonna find out before this show airs because he'll never tell the truth otherwise. Yeah, I'm in. I'm game. If it's him, I'll chug whatever shitty beer they got to chug, and vice versa. Well, if you want to stump the fuck out of us, 805-538-BEER, 2337 is the number to call. Try not to throw your voice, and feel free to throw a name in there when you leave your voicemail as
Please.
well. Yes. Deb and I have a fresh beer to talk about, so let's make a call to the pen.
He calls to the bullpen for
Beer.
Yes, he does. So this one, a little backstory. This beer dropped about a year ago, and Nicole and I saw it, and we both just about shit our pants. We're like, I don't care what it tastes like. We need to get it. And we did, and I didn't know I had any left, and I was going through my pantry the other day, and I had like 6 left. Silly me, I thought I killed them all. But they're not the beers that you don't pound these. These are like have one here,
right.
have one there. So
this is a novelty.
Yeah, very much so. So we're drinking Noble Ale Works Cinnamon Roast Crunch, 5.4%, 406 on Untapped, and a 91 on Beer Advocate. They say the addition of Saigon cinnamon to naughty sauce makes it taste like the milk left in your bowl after a certain breakfast cereal that my mom would reward us with from time to time as kids. And it's stupid, and I wouldn't drink this on a regular basis, but I love the shit out of it.
Holy shit. This is so good. It tastes exactly like what they're going for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a kid.
Yeah.
Right now. This is like
a year ago, Nicole bought the ice cream too, the Cinnamon Toast Crunch ice cream, and we had it together.
Did you guys see all the shit about the dude that found the shrimp in his Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Yes, like a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the dude that was on K-Rock, local radio station here in Southern California. Jensen Karp is his name. So people are making lots of jokes because his last name is a fish name. And he's married to Danielle Fishel, who played
Is he really?
Topanga on Boy Meets World. And then he found shrimp in his Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And then people outed him on Twitter for being a fucking gross, disgusting human. And then he never came back to tell us what happened with the saga of the Cinnamon Shrimp Crunch.
So probably nothing.
So who the fuck knows?
He's full of shit.
But this beer is awesome.
Yes. It's a long road too. This beer is
I was
awesome.
bringing it back around. I get there eventually.
Yeah,
so wait,
no, it was good.
so this beer is an old beer out of your fridge?
Out of my pantry. It wasn't even properly aged.
He invited me over for garbage ass beer, and I just happened to like it.
Turns out it was awesome.
Joke's on me. I like it.
Damn it. No, it was funny. I was doing this the other day. I was cleaning things out because I was like, I got some beer in the back, and I got some new beer. So I should really rotate the stock here. And I found these. I was like, oh my God, I still have these. And good news, they still taste good.
It still tastes great.
Nothing went wrong with it. It still tastes great, and it's exactly what they went for. It's that Cinnamon Toast Crunch at the end of your cereal taste. Or
Definitely.
The milk taste. All right. Crazy alcohol rule, which we really need a better name for. This one goes to Hawaii. Apparently in Hawaii, it's illegal to order more than one drink at a time. So you can't walk up and order one for your friend.
Really?
Yeah. One drink at a time and one drink only.
If you go out on a date Or like if you meet somebody, you're like, oh yeah, let's go out and grab a drink. Like if you're the dude, you look like an asshole, right?
Well, mahalo. I guess
you go up to
gets
the
you out of some
bar,
things.
you order one drink, and you go back to sit at the table with your girl, and she's like, "Hey, where's mine?" And he's like, "Yo."
I imagine she would have to come up with you.
Yeah.
Is it because like you have to show proof of ID when you order? Is that
I don't know if it's an ID thing or a quantity thing or what it is, but one drink and one drink only, you Hawaiians.
I don't like it.
Which is weird because wasn't Hawaii like the last state to up their drinking age to 21? Like they were 18 for the longest time. That
Well,
was the
so
last
now
holdouts,
they're
I think.
probably trying to one up everybody else.
They're really doubling down on the rules.
They're like, "Oh, we're the last to go to 21, but fuck you guys. We're gonna make a limit."
You may be drinking at 18, but only one at a time.
Yeah, now everybody else saw the rule, and they're just like, "Fuck Hawaii."
Yeah, pretty much. What else is going on? Dogfish Head has launched Let's Get Lost, an American single malt whiskey, which has garnered 92 points on Whiskey Advocate.
wow?
That's exciting.
Yeah, I'd try it. And then on the other side of the fence there, Molson Coors has released 5 Trail blended American whiskey.
We talk a lot about Molson Coors on this show.
We really do. And they're going to be selling that for $60 a bottle.
Nobody wants to say anything, but we all want to make lots of faces right now.
Yeah, $60 for something from Molson Coors.
The look on Deb's face just killed me. It's like she wanted to stick
said
her
it all.
bottom lip over her head and swallow kind of thing. Like,
Because I feel like I'm the one that poo-poos everything. When you guys have me on, I'm like the one that shit talks things. So I don't want to be that guy,
You don't want to poo-poo the
I don't
Molson
want
Coors?
to. You guys know I love them Molson Coors, and I ain't gonna shit talk them because I'm trying to get an endorsement deal for some Miller High Life Light.
yeah.
And if YouTube Live is listening,
And also, if YouTube
Whatever it
TV
is.
is
YouTube TV,
listening,
excuse me.
I'm a big fan.
well, I don't think you'll find me spending $60 on a bottle of Molson Coors whiskey next month.
I'd rather have Whistle Pig.
Yeah.
I'll let
Right?
my brother-in-law spend the $60 and I'm going to try it.
And report back to us.
Yeah, that's my plan.
Is your brother-in-law like Uncle Moneybags that he just buys $60 bottles of whiskey from Molson Coors?
Oh, yeah, and TVs. Like, whenever like a new TV comes out, he just gets like the biggest, newest, greatest TV that is like out there.
He's
Do
one
you-
of those guys.
Do you get his hand-me-down TVs?
We've gotten one, but it was like 14 years old.
Oh, tell him it's about time. You're like, hey, that was 14 years ago.
That was 14 years ago. I need a new TV and a bottle of $60 Molson Coors whiskey.
He gave me a bottle of
Coors Light Premium Scotch.
he gave me a bottle of Buffalo Trace bourbon.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Because he bought it but he already had one that he didn't know he had. So then he was just like,
Can't have
"Hey,
two?
here." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So then I
What
went
if I do
home
do?
with the bottle of Buffalo Trace. Yeah. I'm not going to say
Can't
no.
complain about that.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, not
Very
at all.
solid. Truly and Twisted
Ugh.
Tea
Sorry.
now make up for 84% of Boston Beer's total volume.
What?
And Sam Adams, those $28 Sam Adams from last week, are only making up 7.9% of their volume.
That can't be real.
Well, but Sam
That's what
Adams
they say.
is about to make a killing, though, with their Oktoberfest coming out.
True dat.
Do like me some Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
I mean, it really is one of the better ones that gets put out there.
yeah, as far as like widely released Oktoberfest.
Correct.
And then finally, a man arrested in El Paso crime spree after beer run leads to Krispy Kreme theft of Krispy Kreme truck. A 23-year-old man was arrested after he allegedly stole a Krispy Kreme truck during an hours-long crime spree through El Paso County. The crime spree started when officers received a report of a beer run at a Circle K store, which was upgraded when a Krispy Kreme truck was stolen in the store's parking lot. Sheriff's deputies then received a report after midnight of a possible drunken driver in a Krispy Kreme truck that had crashed into another vehicle near Darrington Road and Rudy Kirchner Drive. Deputies received another report about 1:20 a.m. of a possible drunken driver in a Krispy Kreme truck who had burglarized a 7-Eleven convenience store. Andrade allegedly used the truck to get into the store. I need more details. It makes it sound like he crashed into the store. The vehicle then fled the scene. Deputies searched the area, eventually found the truck about 1:40 a.m. near Interstate 10. Also, how hard is it to find a Krispy Kreme truck? I feel like they're not small.
All I have to say is, Bill, strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Uh-huh.
Do you get that reference at all?
Is that a Bill and Ted thing?
Yeah.
That's. I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
It's not a movie I was ever really into. Sorry.
No, that's all right.
I should have been here last week when Erica was here, or 2 weeks ago when Erica was here, because when you did the chick with the gun rack, I quote that all the time, and I bet Erica would have been aces on this Bill and Ted quote.
Probably.
So,
she probably
just
would
saying.
Let alone enough guns to constitute.
To necessitate an entire rack. What am I going to do with a gun rack?
Actually, it's pronounced Milwaukee.
Yes, it is.
You know, Wayne, if you're not careful, you're going to lose me.
You're going to lose me.
I lost you
Attempts were
2
made-
months ago. Get the net.
Attempts were made to stop the vehicle, but the driver refused to halt. According to police, he crashed into a house and various cars in the Pebble Hills area and struck a pedestrian in the central area during the crime spree. The pedestrian suffered minor injuries. Officers were able to arrest a combative Andrade at about 3:20 a.m. Andrade was arrested on suspicion. I don't think there's much suspicion of evading arrest or detention in a motor vehicle accident involving damage to a vehicle, duty on striking fixture, I don't know what that means, an accident involving injury, and resisting arrest. He was booked into El Paso County Jail on a bond totaling $132,000.
Wow.
You think that the cops would have been better at finding this truck and dealing with
This
this.
very large
This
delivery
very
truck.
large delivery truck. I won't say what they were delivering.
I thought you were.
The police might have a beat on.
I thought you were. Yeah,
But-
that was bad.
They must not have been hot and fresh.
The red light didn't go on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking if I'm this guy and I'm drunk, I'm not gonna steal this truck. I'm just gonna eat as much of this truck as I possibly can.
Just pull over and crawl into the back.
Right? Like if
Can't
anybody's
pull over any further. Already pulled over.
the Krispy Kremes taste like Krispy Kremes.
Littering and
Oh, now that's like my favorite movie.
but
eating the
seriously,
Krispy Kremes.
if anybody's ever had a Krispy Kreme donut in their life, if you're gonna steal a Krispy Kreme donut truck, you're gonna fucking eat the donuts. Like,
If anybody's had a Krispy Kreme in their life, they know it's not worth stealing the truck.
ooh, wow.
Shots fired. I am not
Wow.
a fan of Krispy Kreme.
If it was a Dunkin' truck,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
beep beep, motherfucker, I'm coming in.
Dunkin's terrible.
Oh,
They have
Them's
the
fighting
worst
words, baby.
donuts I've ever had.
Oh, Krispy Kreme to me is the worst.
Oh,
Unless
you're-
they are like so hot that you can't touch them, that's the only way they're edible.
You're wrong.
If you have
and then you
5
dunk them
minutes
in your
later-
coffee, and they like
I've had enough
basically
of this
dissolve
podcast.
in your coffee.
I'm done.
Right?
The Krispy
I'm-
Kremes?
The Krispy Kremes, if you dunk it in your coffee, it dissolves.
I've never had a Dunkin' Donut. I've only had coffee.
Who actually dunks their donuts in coffee, though?
It depends on how hungover you are.
People who don't drive, apparently.
Yes, because I just eat my fucking donuts and make sure they're Krispy Kreme and not Dunkin'.
Oh, that's the Wisco style of doing it. But here in California, baby, we dunk them.
He's the Wisco kid.
The Wisco kid.
It's all about the cronut.
Oh, I do like a good cronut.
Mm-hmm. I won't touch a donut. It hurts my insides, but I will fuck with a cronut.
Like a
Yeah.
nice Bavarian cream-filled donut. You're not gonna.
No.
You're not even.
I've
you're not-
always hated the stuffed donuts.
You're what?
Yeah.
Ouch.
You can tell Flex is drunk because he's very over enunciating. What?
Oh, like he just came from Alaska.
Yeah.
This
I
is
heard that
false because
recently.
I'm not in Alaska. I get serious when I talk about my donuts.
You do not like the cream in your donut? Question mark?
Fuck you.
Good times.
The best.
Well, let us know, people. What's your favorite donut?
The people need to let us know a lot of things this episode.
This is way more important than entrance music.
That's a lie.
If you were entering a donut shop, what song would be playing and what donut are you buying, friends?
Uh-huh. 2 answers. We need both answers.
Bavarian cream-filled donuts. Straight
Yeah,
up.
I could get with that.
Straight
Honestly. And have you had the Dunkin' Bavarian?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Oh. This fucking guy. Where'd you get this guy?
Craigslist. Oh, dear. Well, I think on that note, we should probably hit some music and get out of here. Get into our forwards and play our air guitars. Let you know that I was built forward tough. Brewed with 100% golden rocky water.
And mustaches.
Yes. With only the best mustaches that money can buy. Find us at Craft Beer Republic. Find Deb at One Hop Mess. Deb, thanks for hanging out 2 weeks in a row.
I'm so glad you guys had me.
We love having you.
Thanks for hanging. Yeah. And Flex on the gram at Flex Me a Beer. CraftBeerRepublic.com, 805-538-BEER. It's 2337. I think that's everything. Hi to Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa.
There.
It's
Hi,
not
Vanessa.
everything.
Vanessa.
It is not everything. Hi, Vanessa.
Now it is.
We
Now
got
it's
you.
Everything. I hope Vanessa and the rest of the world are out there staying very well hydrated. And on that note, good night, everybody.